Hey, Plank Training Club. Awesome Angie here, honoring the awesomeness in you. And today we are interviewing Mr. Manny Gill. I'm excited to have you hear from him. Has a phenomenal background. He's majorly into planking. He's very consistent every day with his planking. And we're about to hear how that has transformed his life. So, Manny, introduce yourself. Tell us what part of the world you're in, and what your background is.
So I'm Manny. I'm sort of a doctor. I've been a doctor for now 28 years. So I'm a GP family doctor from Manchester, near Manchester in England, UK. I've been planking for about nearly 6 years. Initially, obviously, I had back pain 15, 20 years ago. I posted the MR scan result on the I think the Plank Training Club site, which showed herniated discs. So I had a lot of back pain, a lot of spasms. I think it was from carrying my kids around when they were younger. I'd carry them just on one side of my body, and that would compress the discs, herniate them out, make them put pressure on the nerves going into the legs. So I had a lot of spasms, which I did see a chiropractor a few times who would manipulate the facet joints, and that would help. But he said start planking and stop. And so I looked at that, and about 5 or 6 years ago, I started to plank. My first plank was about 15 seconds, and then I gradually at home increased the amount of time. I did it daily. I increased by 5 seconds a day. I got up to about 5 minutes. Then I got up to 8 minutes after about 6 months. From 8 minutes, I went up to an hour in that year, in a further 12 months. And then I got up to about 9. I started initially straight arm planking, and then I gradually researched a little bit and went to bent arm planking. I got up to 90 minutes, and then I sort of researched it further and found the Plank Training Club. I joined when I was at 90 minutes, 1.5 hours. Then I gradually tried to push and got up to about 2 hours, just over 2 hours. And that's my personal best at the moment, but I'm trying to work on that really. My daily sort of planking routine would be to plank in the morning and the evening. So morning, go to the gym, do maybe a kilometer run, a few machine weights for 5 minutes, and then do a plank for about 20, 30 minutes. Come home, go to work for 10 hours, then come back home, eat something, and then between 9 and 10 o'clock, maybe go to the gym again. Some days, maybe Wednesdays or the weekend, I'll try and push the time. So once a week, I may try and push it to an hour and over an hour, and try and raise that that sort of maximum long hold. So I'm trying to sort of get to the sort of 1 hour 15, 1 hour 30, and try and push it again. It is difficult because it's all psychological, whether to drop or not. There's a lot of other factors when doing a longer plank. It's what you've got, a routine in the day, what things you've got to do later on in the day, what stresses you have, and everything else. I tend to plank in the gym rather than at home. I find that the activity tends to feed into the energy, and that's basically what it is. I found the benefits with my posture. I've not felt my back pain come back in a few years. It's like, so that's good. And I've been able to. I do yoga as well. I play football as well. So there's a lot of different things that is helped with, and I do encourage patients, staff members at work to try and participate. We have a plank challenge at work for all your staff. We have a leaderboard, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of different things I try and encourage with.
That's fantastic. And for anyone that's wondering, if you don't know Manny, when he says an hour plank, an hour, 90 minutes and 2 hours, that's a solid single hold, correct?
Yeah. Solid single hold.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. So you started planking basically because of the referral from the chiropractor.
Chiropractor said start planking. There was a benefit. The benefit was the back pain reduction. And once I find that that benefit is linked to planking, you don't want to stop planking because you're afraid that the back pain will come back. And then you have the other benefits. I lost 12 kilograms and I've kept that 12 kilograms in weight off since planking.
Nice.
And so, I've gone down to 34 trouser size from 38 and my neck collar to 15 from 18. And I've kept that weight off. And that's the other benefit. There's enough benefits to keep you from, motivate you to keep doing it.
That's fantastic. Because you plank every single day. Is that correct?
Twice a day. Yeah. Most days, twice a day. Well, Monday, I go, twice a day to the gym, Monday to Thursday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, again, once a day. So 11 times a week. So maybe 5 to 6 hours a week, maybe, of planking. Again, time management is the other thing. You have to be good at time management to do it. You can't, you've got to manage your time almost a regimental way. You've got to set aside the time to do it. You've got to be structured. Otherwise, you've got to take the time.
And so since you started planking on a regular basis, the back pain has not come back.
Back pain's gone. I reflected on that earlier today, and it's like my whole back is anesthetized. I don't feel the pain. I don't feel it.
That's amazing.
So, and the way I walk is I walk like that, with my head up, and that helps with makes you feel more confident when you're walking like that. It makes you less. It makes you walk without fear. If your posture makes you feel good about yourself as well. So so a lot of benefits, including psychological as well as physical.
That's fantastic. I love hearing that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh, let me think. I didn't even have to ask my questions. I think you hit them. Let me go through my list here. So you plan on keeping up daily planking. That's just your lifestyle, correct?
That's my lifestyle now. It's embedded into my routine. It's a lifestyle thing. So yeah, I'll try and get up to 2.5 hours. That's my next goal within the next 6 to 12 months.
And is that just a personal goal?
Personal goal. There's the next goal. I did make some adjustments on my arms because I think it wasn't 90 degrees on my shoulder to the upper arm. I made that adjustment, and that was so difficult. And when I tried to adjust it, and I could only get up to 12 minutes. So it was like starting again 6 months ago. But I'm glad I did that, and I've arched my upper back a little bit more. So I've worked on technique in the last few months, and that's paid off, I think, because I've kept that adjustment. And with film, I'm not as good filming myself. I think the technology I'm not as good at, but with that sort of feedback from technology and utilizing the members' feedback when I put a video on was helpful for me to reflect on. So I made the adjustments, and I'll try and video again once I sort out the technology and the memory cards and the space. Once you're going for an hour, you need a bit more memory card and things,
Absolutely, that's a long video. Yeah. The technology is phenomenal. Anytime you get a picture or a video of yourself planking, it's powerful to look at that, and it is those little minor. I talk about the mindfulness of it and think through every body part and make sure it's in the place it needs to be.
Yes.
And it's so easy when you do it all the time, you could get into bad habits and not even know it. And then when you intentionally go in and readjust, a perfect example, it's almost like starting from scratch, but you need to get back to that foundation, that strong foundation. Because when
Yeah.
you do it without good form and not realize it, that's a habit you've created.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to retrain yourself to do it correctly.
Yeah.
That's a real part of this.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's about checking and readjusting and reflecting, and it's a cycle that is always there. It should be there.
It's constant. I love the fact plank is kind of like a halo to life for me, because that's just how life is too. We need to take the time to step back,
Yeah.
and evaluate, what's working, what's not, what needs to be changed, what do you need to get rid of, what do we need to add. Same thing with the plank. Same thing with
That's
the
right.
plank. I love it. Love it. Let's see. I think we've hit the main things that I wanted to hit. Any other tips? You had some massive nuggets in there for anyone planking at any level. How about someone who is brand new to planking and they're hearing this conversation, like an hour plank, oh my gosh, and then they're just overwhelmed with the whole idea of, you gotta hold long, go to hold long.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone brand new planking?
Don't be scared. Just try it for 15 seconds. Work on increasing. And it's amazing how many people get up to 2 or 3 minutes within a few weeks. It's about enjoying it and keeping at it. I think it's the small improvements over time that lead to bigger things. When I started off, I didn't expect to do half an hour and plus, and it was just the small improvements which add on, and that's a realistic goal. Setting these small goals which lead on to bigger things over time. And you can apply that to all things in life. It instills that discipline in you. I think it has to me, and in a way, it on reflection of that, it's all about resilience, and it makes you resilient, and that's the buzzword that would for especially in the medical professional, resilience about in anything forms of life, whether it be job, physically, mentally, and it builds on that. It adds to that, enhances that. So that's what I am at, where I am at the moment, trying to build and maintain resilience.
That's fantastic. And because of your experience with the plank, have you found that you've referred other people to the plank pose?
I've referred patients and colleagues and friends. Patients, the motivated ones, usually the younger ones with back pain. I've mentioned it as an adjunct to other things that they can do for back pain, whether it be physiotherapy, painkillers, and incorporating plank as part of that physiotherapy, and it would help. And some have. For staff members, we're sitting on a desk, long hours. Receptionists, doctors, nurses. So it would, it helps with posture, because that can, obviously the desk job can lead to back pain if with the ergonomics, and if it's incorrect, then the plank helps with that. So it's there's many different applications in different areas of work.
Agreed. Completely agreed. Well, Manny, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
And so for any of you that want to keep, follow along with what we're doing in the Plank Training Club, planktrainingclub.com. That's always your go-to source to find out what's in the world of plank. And Manny, again, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
And we'll see you in the club. Plank on.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Okay.